Is it possible that we are standing on the precipice of one of the deadliest health crises of our lifetime, while the rest of the world remains largely distracted? A former leader of the most important health agency in America has just issued a warning that should make every single one of us stop and pay attention. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics and the national security issues that impact your daily life, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and allows us to keep bringing you the unfiltered truth about what is going on behind the scenes in Washington and beyond. Robert Redfield, who served as the director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention under the Trump administration, recently made a sobering appearance on NewsNation. The subject was the current Ebola outbreak. According to Redfield, the situation is evolving with terrifying speed. He confirmed that we are already looking at the third largest Ebola outbreak in recorded history, and he warned that if current trends continue, it is on a clear trajectory to become the second largest. Now, to understand the gravity of this, we have to look at the history of this virus. Redfield pointed specifically to the massive outbreak that devastated West Africa between 2014 and 2016. That particular event was a wake-up call for the global community, showcasing how quickly a localized outbreak could turn into an international emergency. Redfield's expertise is not something to be taken lightly. He has spent his career at the intersection of public health and government policy. When he talks about viral spread, the world usually listens. His comments suggest that the current measures in place, or at least the intensity of the response, might be falling short of what is required to actually put this fire out before it consumes more lives. So, what does this actually mean for us? When a high-ranking former official makes a statement like this, it is rarely just about the medicine or the biology. It is a commentary on preparedness, resource allocation, and the political will to address a crisis before it hits home. We live in an interconnected world. We know from our recent history that diseases do not respect borders, and they do not wait for the convenience of global leaders. If this outbreak reaches the scale Redfield is predicting, we are talking about a significant strain on global medical infrastructure, potential travel restrictions, and a massive test of the current administration's ability to coordinate with international partners. We have to ask ourselves, are we focused on the right things? While the headlines in Washington are dominated by partisan bickering, campaign slogans, and the next election cycle, there are underlying threats to public health that are silently growing. Redfield is effectively sounding the alarm that we might be sleepwalking into a situation where we lack the tools and the focus to prevent a manageable outbreak from becoming an uncontrollable tragedy. The consequences here are twofold. On one hand, you have the humanitarian aspect that lives at risk in the regions currently battling the virus. On the other hand, there is the potential for this to become a major political liability. If an outbreak of this magnitude hits the global stage, voters are going to look to their leaders for a decisive, competent response. They will look back at warnings like the one Redfield just gave and ask, why didn't you act sooner? Why weren't the preparations in place? Public trust in our institutions is already at a fragile point. A failure to address a major health crisis would only serve to widen the divide and increase the skepticism that so many Americans feel toward federal agencies. It is a high-stakes scenario where the margin for error is razor-thin. We have seen how viruses can fundamentally shift the political landscape, disrupt the economy, and change the way we live our lives. Redfield is telling us that we are on that path again. The question is, will those in power heed his warning, or will they continue to prioritize short-term political victories over long-term global safety? So, what do you think about this? Do you believe that our public health agencies are truly prepared for a major outbreak, or have we lost the capacity to manage these types of crises effectively? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one, and I want to know where you stand on this. The reality of these situations is often hidden behind layers of bureaucracy, but the numbers don't lie. We are tracking this closely, and we will continue to provide you with the facts that the mainstream media might be glossing over. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and don't let the noise of the political machine drown out the developments that actually affect your future. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.